Hey, greetings, Performance Reviews, where I give you the review from the technician's point of view. And today I have a Oreck Commercial or an Oreck Classic. These things can be had for quite the bargain on Amazon, and I see a lot of them in for repair. So I want to talk about the quirks, features, repairability, and we'll also do a sound and a pickup test on this as well. So stay tuned, there'll be a lot of good information in this video. So why is this a commercial vacuum versus the other offerings from Oreck? You get a lesser warranty, you get approval by certain organizations to be used in the commercial environment, though it's a little on the loud side, and in the way that it's sold, I believe it doesn't meet dust emission standards for OSHA, so I believe that those are going to be two things that will prevent you from using this commercially. But the big thing is it has a 30-foot 3-wire rounded thick cord, and this is required in commercial settings. That's what that is. However, this is something that's been recycled by Oreck many times. These are now blue, they've been red, they've been yellow, they've been green. So this is the Oreck that we all come to know, love, and most of you who are subscribed to this channel already have an opinion of this machine. If you're not subscribed and you're just coming here to get a review, hey, thanks for watching, hit subscribe. Hit that bell notification. We do once a week videos with all the latest vacuums. You might learn something if you subscribe. So let's talk about what you're getting, what this thing has. This is a carpet only vacuum specifically for low to medium pile carpet. This will not do hard pile or thicker plush carpet, and don't even think about using shag on this. There is no carpet height adjustment on this machine at all, so that's something to keep in mind. No carpet height adjustment. Next, the controls are very simple. Right here, you just have an on and off switch. That's it. That's all you have. You do have a quick release cord hook in the back and a nice strain relief here as well. And there's plenty of room inside this handle that if you crack the cord right here, you can cut it and resplice it. Or if you need to resplice a cord, that's fairly easy with Phillips screws here. They have made models where they have a quick disconnect cord, however this is not one of them. I want to talk about the bag and the filtration and how this comes. This does not come with the standard Oreck CC bag. This is meant to be used with the commercial style bag, which has a wider oval fitting. Therefore, there is no bag dock from the factory installed. If you want to use the more common Oreck CC bag or generic bags, you're going to have problems. So I'll put a link below, because chances are some of you will already have this. And the link below will include to this bag dock. You notice this has been installed on here. It's a quick and easy upgrade to make sure that the bag stays in place. Makes it a little easier to change the bag. Allows you to add a self-sealing bag to it, and the more popular Oreck CC bag, which is available in a high filtration HEPA bag, which is this purple thing. So that's what you want to run if you're using this. There are no benefits to using paper bags over these. This allows for a little bit more airflow, better filtration. And they're about the same price as the paper bags, so again, no real reason to use the paper bags. Now, if we're talking about the commercial bags that are sold in the 25 and the 100 pack, yes, you can get those for a little bit less. I believe using those bulk pack of green paper bags probably don't meet the dust trap requirements in most commercial environments, and I believe the dust emissions from that is great enough that OSHA would require PPE. So I don't see, again, any reason to use those, but they are available. Again, I'll have a link below to this and the bag dock. So it's simple to change. You know, this machine is simple. I think that's the theme of this machine. It's simple. There's not a lot to it. In the back, we have a nice diagram right here, and that shows how to release this if you get something blocked in there. However, this is a direct air machine. You'll see in the shop portion, it's very unlikely this will get clogged. Then you just have a very simple brush roller. You have some wheels, and you do have a squeegee. Squeegee will help with hard floor. This is not really designed for hard floor pickup, as you'll see later. This is really designed for low pile commercial carpet and for a maid just to run real quick. There is an additional feature on this machine where you can change the belt right here. It's the only Phillips screw on the machine. That comes apart, and you can slide this belt door off and get to the belt. So I do appreciate that. This also doubly serves as a checkpoint to see if the housing is warped. And you can see that this housing is lined up. But if for some reason it were warped, you'd be able to see it and feel if the motor was loose. As far as getting under things, the Oreck does pretty well. It gets low, almost as low as the canister, and it's a little bit lower than the leading commercial upright here. So I think if you're trying to get under something, you'll be pleasantly surprised. Well, welcome to In the Shop. Let's see what's inside here. And this is one of the newer models where they have finally switched to T20 on everything, and it's not a weird hybrid of T20 and Phillips number 2. So we're going to do this in the shop a little bit differently. First I'm going to show you how this works, and then we're going to talk about what parts break on this, because I went and grabbed everything that I kept in stock at my store that would break here, so I'll give you an idea. So first off, this does have a rubber belt, and these rubber belts are sold on 3-pack. Change it every 3 months or sooner. They're just glorified rubber bands, and they stretch out and they dry rot, and yeah, those are not great. You do have a gasket here that typically will last pretty long. There's a gasket in the center right here. Well, again, I'm going to have links below to all this stuff. This gasket right here is made of felt, and this will rot over time and get worn and need to be replaced. So sometime this fan housing, see, this one's nice and tight, but they will get a little bit of play in there, and then this will need to be replaced. Speaking of the fan housing, since this is direct air, well, apparently I stocked the fan housing, which means that's something that breaks. Again, this little fan is spinning really, really hard inside here. If you get something metallic or whatever, you definitely crack this and definitely break the fan. Now the parts are inexpensive, and they're a mixture of this assembled in the USA from globally sourced components. So that means China parts kind of assembled. I don't know what was assembled here. This is something that's injection and molded, so who knows where that's actually made. The roller is made by CWP. It's wood. It's made to be changed every 2 to 4 years. Typical home setting. If you're using this commercially, you would probably go through these rollers quite a bit. The rollers, of course I have a sticker over this one, give me a second, are interesting. They are eccentric, and you will see the words new and old, and you have one side with ribs and one side that is not ribbed for her pleasure, and those are kind of a height adjustment, but they're also to adjust for brush roller wear. However, the brush roller usually wears out before you have time to switch that. The motors, it's a Johnson motor in here. It's nothing to write home about. It's probably about a 500 to 1,000 hour life motor. Once the motor goes, this is trash, obviously at the price of this. Just like if the plastic housing were to break, this is probably trash. These housings have gone in and out of stock and often are not available. Something you can see, what is cool, is they're still using the mold that had the push button on the base right here. And there's a molding mark left over from that. Overall, it's pretty simple, not a lot going on in here. Alright, we've switched to the studio microphone, so you're going to hear the real sound of the machine running. We're also going to do a pickup test. We got not so fresh pet hair, cat litter, breakfast cereal, and sand. Let's see how this little Oreck does. Oh, that certainly didn't do the best. Yeah, got a little bit of cat litter. You can see the fine sand right there. Did all right on the pet hair. As you can see, it has a really narrow cleaning path. And the thing I think a lot of people forget when they look at the bottom of an Oreck is that the cleaning path is only this wide. It does okay on this edge, but on this side where the belt is, it does horribly on the edge. There's also these side bristles. They don't actually do anything. These have been just a gimmick that Oreck has put on their vacuum forever. For the sake of fairness, let's see if it will pick up that sand. maybe eventually. And this is kind of the reason why I recommend the other Oryx in their lineup that are based off the XL21, is they have about twice as much power as this does. Now there's no way of shutting the brush roller off or slowing it down. So we're going to do that same mess test, the pet hair, cat litter, breakfast cereal, and fine sand on a hard floor. Let's see how it does. Right away through some cat litter. There's a ton, I don't know if it shows up on camera, of fine sand that's just been displaced all over the floor. We have that. It did okay on the pet hair. Some of it got caught on the edge, and again you can see on this, again we rolled it forward, just that it shot everything kind of towards the rear. So yeah, it will pick up some of the big light objects like pet hair or cereal, but it's not going to suck up fine dust or heavier objects. And because this brush is spinning, it's really hard on the vacuum, and it's even harder on your hard floor. So keep that in mind. If you are going to use this hard floor, maybe some synthetic floor, but don't plan on using this for a lot of hard floor. That's not what this is for. If you have hard floor, you're probably better off with a Henry. Alright, so in conclusion, do I recommend this Oryx? Well, only for specific use case scenarios where you have to have lightweight, it has to be inexpensive, and you only have low pile carpet. Now if you have anything else, probably not. And would I recommend Oryx other vacuums in their lineup over this? Absolutely. I would definitely recommend the rest of the Oryx lineup after this. And really, if you're using this commercially, I of course would recommend something like a Sebo, Windsor, Karcher, Lindhouse over this as well. Hopefully this video has been informative, so at least you know what you're getting or not getting on Amazon. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you really like what we're doing, check out our Patreon, where you can see exclusive content and help support the dog. Have yourself a wonderful day.